A text editor for AutoCAD. Created by Rafael Dovolo to handle texts in multi-attribute blocks. The application was awarded by the evaluation committee of the company. Hello. Now I am going to briefly summarize how this AutoCAD application works, which I created to participate in a campaign of company initiatives, which consisted of developing something new that would facilitate the ordinary work of each day. What you are seeing is a box that is used in all drawings, to control the distribution. It is a block with more than 200 attributes or text fields. If we use the application that AutoCAD offers us DDATTE, it will appear like this. Once the block is selected, on the left side you can see the attributes and on the right the text fields. While we are at the beginning we can still orient ourselves, but as soon as we press next several times, it is already impossible to know in which attribute we are located. Using this app we have facility to move cursor, copy, paste, move, import and export texts. When selecting the block to edit, a colored arrow appears indicating the location of the cursor. We can move or jump from one attribute to another. When we are in copy.c or move.m mode the cursor turns yellow. Normally in this box, what is usually done is to copy the entire column at the beginning of the next one and edit the date in moments. Column copied and edited. Now all that remains is to put the new date that comes directly from the computer without errors with the command .d or .dd depending on whether we choose 8 or 6 digits. Box ready to print and distribute the drawings. Now we have the example of a box already complete. We need a new column to edit the following distribution and put the date on it. Since the first column is already old, what is done is to move all texts from column 2 to the end, and paste it at the beginning of the first column. The moved text remains in memory even if the block is exited. Now you just have to paste it at the beginning of the first column and the last one will be empty. As you can see, now we have the last column empty. All that remains is to copy the penultimate column, paste it in the empty one and add the new date. We move the cursor to the place of the date and give the command .d or .dd depending on the format we want to use 8 or 6 digits, and ready to reproduce and send to clients. When I presented the initiative, I offered a €1,000 prize to whoever was able to do this job in 2 hours and without making mistakes. There were many comments, but no one dared to take up the challenge. It usually takes me 20 to 30 seconds thanks to my app. How does the RDSYMED app work? Once we select the block to edit, we enter the text insertion mode and the only commands we can use are based on combinations of unusual characters, such as to jump the cursor from one attribute to another. We use the apostrophe character return and indicate the new location with the mouse. If we are not familiar with the commands, we can see the list of commands with the combination .h and the following window will open. Commands to use. Return. Move cursor to next, comma. Change cursor movement back forward. .exit. .m mark to move. .c mark to copy. .p paste from buffer. .d write 8-digit date. .dd write 6-digit date. .e open text edit box. .s find text. .b move cursor to the top. .gn move cursor plus or minus number of attributes forward backward. .sign plus replace text by selecting source. Apostrophe move cursor to selected location. 2 apostrophes start ATTEDIT function. .cc start calculator. .sr find text to replace. .bf texts from buffer to file. .fb texts from file to buffer. Imagine the enormous work it takes to edit a block with more than 200 attributes, how easy it is when you have a suitable application. I hope you liked it. Rafael.dovolo@gmail.com. Have a beautiful day.